Alright, YouTube family, Bullet family, CB Kennels. Back with another video, man. I did this video before, but it was a little while, a couple months back. But I'm gonna go into depth a little bit more on this video. I just want to answer some questions and give y'all some bullet tips on a lot of different things: kennels, pricing, paperwork, just different things when it comes to the bully world, and different things you're gonna come into contact with, and different things you're gonna see if you're starting your own kennel, or if you trying to breed dogs, or not even bullies, if you just breeding dogs in general, or you want to start breeding dogs. Maybe like 6 or 7 key questions that I've gotten asked, or that I've noticed that should be answered, because they're very important questions, and you might come into contact with them when you're in your bully adventure. So, first question: what you look for when you're buying a bully? Okay, so what you look for when you're buying a bully? You know, it really just depends on, you know, what you're breeding for. You know, me personally, I got different type of bullies. I got micro bullies and I got pocket bullies. And I'm also, honestly, man, I've been thinking about going to Stanger bullies too. I've really been thinking about it. I got a guy who sells Stanger bullies. I've been thinking about it, but I don't really have the yard. You know, well, I got a big yard, but I don't really have the space for it. What I feel would be acceptable for me to have a Stanger bully. So it just really depends. Me personally, like I said, I got micros, I got Frenchies, I got pocket, but the pricing is gonna vary depending on the bully you got. Okay. And listen, man, when you buy your first bully, you don't have to spend $1 million, but you can't think you're gonna buy a nice bully with $300, man. You get what you pay for. Next question: can you breed without paperwork? Listen, you cannot breed dogs without paperwork. If you breed dogs without paperwork, you're considered a backyard breeder. They're not legit. They're not acceptable. They're not up to par. So you can breed dogs without paperwork, but man, you can't sell it all the paperwork for no $1,000, $500 without paperwork, man. The better way to do it, man, to have paperwork, have shot records. Make sure all your bullies are up to date on their shots. They got all their paperwork, everything. Because you don't want to sell nobody no dog, man, and then a month later it dies. Because you're responsible for that. They can take you to court for that. You don't want to be that person, man. You will lose business, and you will be shut out of business really fast. So having paperwork is a must. You want to have paperwork. So with that being said, man, you want to make sure you purchase a dog with paperwork. So if you ain't purchasing dog paperwork, that means you buying from a backyard breeder. You buying from somebody that's just breeding dogs in their backyard, and they just want money, quick money. So make sure the paperwork and everything is good on your dog. Make sure it's the right paperwork, because people do be swapping up paperwork and putting paperwork on dogs that don't belong on this dog, and just doing a whole bunch of creepy shit, man. So just make sure everything's legit when you buy your dog and your paperwork and everything. You got a couple different registries, man. You got UKC, you got AKC, you got a new one that just came up, I think it's BBOR, BBRA, or something like that. A guy I found on Instagram, he a new person that's starting like a registry. So you got him, you got a couple different. Next question: do I need a lot of money to start my own kennel? No, you don't need a lot of money to start my own kennel. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I'm gonna tell y'all some behind the scenes shit that nobody ever seen or that nobody know like that. Man, when I first bought my first bully, man, my first supposed bully, I thought was a bully, was $250. When it grew up, it did not look like what I thought it was gonna look like. I'm telling you, like, my girl kept telling me, man, stop buying these cheap dogs. Stop buying these cheap dogs. If you want to start a kennel or you want to start a breed, man, you got to invest the money. But I wasn't listening to it, so I spent well over $4,000, $5,000 just buying $200, $300 dogs for them to grow up and turn out not what I was expecting and not what I wanted. You can't buy a dog looking at the mama or just the dad, or have one parent that look good and the other parent don't look good and expect to get something amazing. Both parents have to look good. Both parents have to look fire for you to get a fire pup. You can't get one dog where the mama look good but the dad don't, or the dad look good and the mom don't, and expect to get, you know what I'm saying, something fire. It's not gonna work the way. You have to have both pedigrees, and both parents have to have that fire look. Not only pedigrees, looks also. Both parents have to have that fire look. So, like, for everybody that's saying, you know, man, you know, I bought this dog for $300, man, trust me, I don't judge nobody because I've been there, done that. I done bought dogs for $500, $300, and I ain't gonna lie, man, I ended up selling them for less than what I paid for them. I bought a dog for $500 and sold them for $200. I bought a dog for $400 and gave them away because it wasn't what I was looking for. You know what I'm saying? I have a certain look in my head that I'm looking for, so if that dog didn't have that look, I was getting rid of it. But when I got myself up there and to the status that I am now, I noticed the cheapest I've spent on a dog that looks pretty good is $2,500. $2,500 I think is reasonable. Is a reasonable price to buy your first nice bully at. $2,500. I think that'd be like a nice price to buy your starter bully. $2,500. Anything under $2,500, $1,500, $1,000, man, you pretty much just getting a pit bull, man. You're not really, you know, you're not really getting that structure, that bone, that girth, that nice look that you're looking for in a bully. Because I'm pretty sure when people think about bullies, they think about that cock-strong, diesel, nice looking bully with a nice shaped head, you know, short, not on the long side, real nice. And like I said, $2,500 I think would be a good price. Next question. Can I start my kennel in an apartment? I get that question asked a lot. If you go to my first video, my first couple of videos, everybody see where I started at and where I've come. Man, listen, I started in an apartment. I had 5 dogs in an apartment. I had 5 bullies in an apartment. And I'm not saying that's good and I'm not saying it's bad. You know, I understand people's situations are different. So not everybody is, you know, not everybody is fortunate as everybody else to be able to buy a house, you know, and start dog breeding or have a house and breed dogs. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, man, you got to start from the bottom and work your way up. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I started from the bottom. I started in an apartment with 5 dogs. Now I got a house with a lot of land. You know what I'm saying? I'm still building. I'm finna buy a bigger house with more land. But like I said, man, it's okay to start from the bottom, man. You don't have to try to start on top. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to try to start, oh, I can't breed because I'm in an apartment. You don't want to have 30 dogs in an apartment, you know what I'm saying? But you got to make sure they're clean, they're well kept, they're well taken care of. I made sure when I was in my apartment that every 3 times a week, I took them out to a big old, you know, space so they can run around, play. I never just kept them in cages. I know y'all never seen me take them out and all that stuff like that, but trust me, 3 times a week, my dog's out, and laying, running around, playing, everything. And that's a must, man. And listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's gonna be, if you have a job, it's gonna be hard to maintain when you got a job and you're trying to take your bullies out and make sure they, you know, can run and play. So, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things that you gotta have a lot of patience, you gotta have a lot of time because it's gonna be hard. Trust me, it's gonna be hard. It was hard for me, but I made it work, man. I stayed focused. I put my heart into it, I put my sweat, blood, and tears into it, and it's paying off for me. I'm not saying I'm a millionaire, I got a lot of money, but I'm taken care of. I can't say that. Next question, is this a $1 million business? I'm gonna start by saying this. Again, if you're trying to get into the dogs to become a millionaire, you're in the wrong business. I'm not saying this is not a $1 million business because as we all know, there have been dogs that have sold for $500,000. There have been dogs that have sold for $500,000 and $1 million. There are $1 million dogs out there. And honestly, I'm not going to say you can make $1 million, but you can make a lot of money breeding dogs. Honestly, I take that back. This is a $1 million business. This is a $1 million business. You can make a lot of money breeding dogs, but you can make a lot of money breeding the right dogs, meaning like dogs with paperwork, dogs with shots, the correct, you know, dogs, like not just backyard breeding. You ain't gonna make $1 million just breeding backyard dogs, man. You can't do it that way. You can't just have 2 dogs, breed them, think you're gonna make $1 million. They have to have paperwork, shots, vet records. They have to go to the vet. They have to make sure their health is good. You know, they're not gonna produce nothing that's not good. They're not gonna produce nothing that's gonna have health problems. You wanna make sure all that is in the team. You wanna make sure, you know, when you have dogs, they're not just gonna die. So technically, man, this is a $1 million business. You can make a lot of money breeding dogs. You gotta think about it, man. You have a micro dog, you have a pocket. They have 2 litters a year. If you got 2 litters a year and you sell those puppies at $5 grand a piece, you do the math, 5 puppies, that's $25,000. So that's $50 grand a year. off one female dog, that's 50 grand a year. It's just a rough estimate. That's not exact. Could be more, could be 50 grand or more. That could be more, could be less. It just depends on, you know, what you breed your dogs for and things like that. It could be more than 50 grand a year. You can make 60 grand a litter if you have that, you know, the right structure, the right what everybody want. You can make the money. So it is a lot of money to be made in this business. It is a lot of money, but it has to be legit money. It can't be nothing that just, you know, nothing you just try, and you know, it has to be legit. How much should a puppy sell? How much should a person sell their pups for? You know, again, it depends on the pedigree of the dog. It depends on the structure of the dog, what the dog will produce, what the parents look like. A lot of people ask, you know what I'm saying, ask about pedigree and stuff like that, man. It also goes about, man, big thing. What the dog look like, man. Me, I look into pedigree also, but I'm a big person, man. Show me what the dog look like, man. I want to see the dog. I want to see the mama. I want to see the daddy. I want to see what the dog look like, because you are what you're produced by. So if you look at the mama and daddy and you see what they are, that's gonna let you know. That's gonna give you an idea of what the pup gonna look like. So again, you know, it just depends on what, you know. Micros obviously are micro exotics. Are going to be a little bit more on the pricey side than pockets. Like you might have micros that start at $3,500 and go up, but you might have pockets that start at $2,000 and go up. But like I said, man, you know, you can't really. It just depends on the bloodline, man. It really depends on the bloodline and the structure of the dog. My last and final statement: it takes money to make money, man. And I'm not saying you gotta be a millionaire. Like I said, you don't have to jump in this game and spend $20,000, $30,000. If you do, or if you can, so you know, hey, more power to you. Me, I couldn't jump in the game spending 20 bands, 30 bands. You know, like I told y'all, my first bully that I thought was a bully was $300, man. And you know, you gotta start. You know, you gotta start somewhat. But like I said, you can't jump in the game spending $300, $400 and think you're gonna get something fire, man. You got to spend money, man, to make money. You got to spend money on something nice, man. Something that's gonna be worth it. You know, like I said, $2,500 I think is a nice start. $2,500 I think is a nice start. $2,500 to be a nice dog, you know. Like I said, man, you just don't want to try to buy a dog for $200, man, and think, you know, oh, this $200 dog gonna make me $1 million, man. That's not the wave. That's not how it's gonna work. You know, you got to spend money, man. You got to spend money to make money. You know, me personally, in the past, I would say in the past 4 months, man, I done spent over 40 grand just in dogs. You know, from Nova to Riri to Juice. I done spent over 40 grand in dogs, man. And at first I wasn't able to spend that, I'm not gonna lie, but then I worked my way up. I saved, and listen, you can't be scared, man, to play with your savings money, man. I done took the rent money, man, when we was in apartments and bought dogs, man. Listen, like, it take money to make money, man. Sometimes you can't be scared, man. You got to spend that money, man. You can't be scared to, you know, play with your savings money. You got to be willing to spend that money and do it, you know. It takes money to make money. When people start their business, you're going to start off and you're going to lose. You're going to lose. But you're going to get it back. It's going to be worth it. At the end, it's going to be worth it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, don't be scared to play with your money, man. Don't be scared to invest in yourself. Don't be scared to invest in your vision. You know what I'm saying? If you got a vision, stick to it, work to it, invest into it, and then watch it's going to work for you. All that money, the money not going to, listen, I'm going to tell you this. The money not going to flip overnight. It's not an overnight thing. You're not going to see the money back overnight. It's going to take time. It's going to take patience. You got to, you know what I'm saying, just wait, be patient, put your heart into it, and just let it come to you, man. It ain't gonna flip overnight, or 2 weeks later you'll get your money back. It don't work like that, man. It takes time. You buy a dog, you gotta wait 1.5 years just to even breed it. So if you're not, you know, if you don't know how to, you know, manage money and stuff like that, then you might want to take it step by step and figure out the process. At the end of the video, man, I just wanted to come on here and answer, you know, do another like bully tip one-on-one, you know. Just come in and talk with y'all and talk with my, you know, all the people that fuck with me, you know, all my, you know, people that I motivate and people that I, you know, ignite to want to start something, man. I appreciate that. That makes me happy to see that I inspire people, you know, to chase their dream, you know, because Did nobody believe in my dream, man, but I'm here now, you know what I'm saying? I had to tell people like, oh, I'm gonna make it work. I had to believe, man. You know, there have been times where I want to just say, you know, man, forget the bully game, forget breeding dogs, man. But I had to keep focused, and I had to keep hustling, and I had to keep that mentality that, man, I'm gonna make this work out. I'm gonna make this work out, and I made it work out. But again, man, you know, like I said, man, just stay focused, hustle, grind, and you will see everything's gonna pay off in the long run, you know. Just don't let nobody bring you down with your dream. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, it's not gonna work, or don't let nobody tell you, oh, what you got don't look good, man. Everybody got their own dream and everybody got their own vision. Just, you know, when you start your dog business, your bully breeding, man, stick with it. Have faith, you know, just pray and hustle and grind. And it's gonna work itself out, man. Everything at the end gonna work itself out, you know what I'm saying? It's all gonna work out in the way you want it to if you just stay focused. And y'all know me, man, I don't judge nobody, you know, because like I said, I wasn't able to, you know, spend $4,000 or $5,000 on a dog at first. But now I am, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm blessed, I stay focused, I grind. Some nights I ain't get no sleep, man, you know, worrying about, you know, who I'm gonna breed who, or how can I do this, you know what I'm saying? Man, listen, it's gonna take a lot of blood and sweat in this game, man. It's a lot of sweat, it's a lot of everything that I put in this game, man. But, you know, if you stay focused and you keep grinding, man, it's gonna all pay off. Just a little inspiration video, you know, a little inspiration to people out there that's, you know, trying to start their bully game, man. Just stay focused. I'm telling you, it's gonna work out. But you also gotta invest in your dream. You can't be scared to invest in your dream, man. But that's it, man. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my channel. Don't be afraid to leave comments. Y'all know I'm very open to comments, negative comments, positive comments, everything, you know. I try to get back to everybody that DM me and they send me comments. I try to respond to everybody. But I am a very busy person. So just bear with me when it comes to looking for a response. I appreciate everybody. I love y'all. Y'all be safe. If you have any questions, anything y'all want me to answer, just DM me. And I'm here for y'all. Y'all have a nice day. Love y'all.